And now, welcome to another edition of Toilet Talk with your host, Bob Bidet. Hi, I'm Bob Bidet, and this is Toilet Talk. As you know, this show is all about toilets. This week, we have updates on some toilet models we've discussed before, and a couple of new toilets on the market. How exciting. Let's begin with a toilet we know well on this show, the Laveo Dry Flush. So what's new? Well, colors, of course. The Laveo not only comes in the traditional white at $895, but for a few extra greenbacks, you can get one in blue or black for only $80 more. As you know, you use cartridge packs with these toilets, and the cheapest refills I could find were from the company itself at $385.41. But you'll need to buy 15 cartridge packs to get that low price. If you can get 15 flushes per refill, and if my math is correct, that's 225 flushes, which makes it $1.72 for each flush. What's more, Dry Flush also sells what they call Pea Powder at $68.60 for a pack of 8. I'm not quite sure how long each bottle of powder lasts, but it may be worth looking into, as it reduces the number of times you need to flush by drying up liquid waste. Just don't mix it up with your spices. The next toilet I'd like to talk about is the Separett Tiny, a urine diverting toilet for tiny spaces. Solid waste goes into a biodegradable bag and liquids into an internal container, while the 12-volt fan vents out the smell. Because of this, it costs a bit more than the Laveo, at $1,049, and only comes in white, I'm afraid. But there's no need for special inserts, so you can save money there. That said, they do sell what is called a BioDrain cleaner in 5-packs for $22.90. It contains enzymes that prevent urine salt deposits that may form, creating a blockage in the urine drain tube. Not sure if this item is absolutely necessary, and I really don't know how long one would last. I guess it depends on how much you use the toilet. There are also biodegradable bags for sale, but I've talked to some owners and they said other bags are usable too. One last thing. They make what they call absorb pads that are placed in the bottom of the waste bag to soak up any moisture coming from the waste, keeping the contents dry and odorless. Again, don't know if you need this nor how long they last, but it goes for $22.90 for 10 pads. Did you know our Embassy Owners and Wannabes group has just turned 2 years old? We're waiting for you to join. If you have any interest in Embassy RVs, it's the place to hang out and get to know other wannabes and owners too. There are even ways to get to see an embassy in the wild, so come on by and say hi. The link is in the description below. Be seeing you. Welcome back to the program. And now for something really exciting. Some new toilets on the market. First up is the Evo by Trellino. It comes in 3 sizes, but I'm going to talk about the largest one, the L. It runs $550, so it's the cheapest toilet we're talking about today. It's a very simple design, basically a box that holds a bucket with a trash bag for solid waste and a container for liquid waste. There are no moving parts, and no electricity is needed to operate it. That said, you do need composting material to use this toilet. You may have seen other composting toilets that use some kind of spinning arm to mix waste in the compost, but the Evo doesn't have this. Instead, you add compost to begin with, and every time you use the Evo for solid waste, you will need to add more to cover said waste. Oh my! The final toilet on today's show is the Ogo by Origin. It lists at $1,150, and at that price, it's the most expensive of those reviewed today. But right now, it's on sale for $984.99. This toilet comes with an electric agitator to mix the solid waste and a liquid level light so you know when you need to throw away the waste. One thing to consider though, you need to use coco coir, as other compost materials can clog and therefore damage the agitator. So sawdust, cat litter, or any other medium that may turn clay-like is a no-no. They sell the coco coir in convenient 6-packs for $46.50, and they say the solids bin can hold about 25 to 30 solids. If this is true, it means about $1.55 to $1.86 per flush. You may be wondering which toilet I think is the best one to choose. Well, I don't own any of these toilets, so I don't think it's right for me to answer. But I will say this. You need to consider how much each flush is going to cost you in the long run. Sure, the initial toilet cost can vary, but the real expense is in its use. You may think the Evo is the cheapest since it only needs composting material, but remember, that material may cost you $25. So you need to figure out how much you use in the toilet and how many flushes you get before you throw it away. Another consideration is how easy the toilet will be to repair if there are any issues. The more mechanics involved, the more things can break, and you may be left with a very expensive ornament in your RV until you can get it fixed. And of course, if the toilet needs electricity, there is a slight cost there, and those electrical parts can break and may not be so easy to fix. Another consideration is how friendly the toilet is to the environment. Composting toilets seem the most environmentally friendly since the composting material should degrade, and if you use compostable bags, even better. But all this comes at a cost. Convenience. Toilets like the Laveo are very convenient. I mean, you just remove the cartridge pack and throw it away. No fuss, no mess. But let's face it, the materials used in those packs are just not environmentally friendly. The composting toilets have to be emptied, and at some point, you need to clean the containers, and they may get a little on the messy side. The reality is, there is no perfect toilet. It all depends on what your needs are and what you're willing to accept. Overall convenience, environmental friendliness, long-term cost. It's all up to you. Be seeing you. This has been another edition of Toilet Talk with your host, Bob Bidet.